Let me ask you a strange question. Why didn't they mock Jesus with a normal crown? Why a crown made of thorns? Something sharp, painful, humiliating. Was it just Roman cruelty? Or was there an ancient biblical symbol hiding in plain sight? Because when you connect Genesis 3 to John 19, the story hits different.
In Genesis chapter 3, the world changes after the fall. And in John chapter 19, Jesus is crowned with thorns right before the cross. Most people read these as two separate moments, but the Bible often stitches history together with hidden threads, and sometimes a symbol appears twice, once as a warning and once as redemption.
Eden wasn't just a beautiful garden. It was a place of harmony between God, humanity, and creation. But after sin enters the story, it doesn't only affect the human heart, it spills into the ground itself. Genesis 3 describes work becoming painful, life becoming heavy, and the earth producing something symbolic, thorns and thistles. Thorns become a visible reminder that something is broken. Think about it. Thorns aren't just plants. They pierce, they resist, they slow you down. They turn a path into a struggle. So in the biblical imagination, thorns become a sign of a world under fracture, a world where beauty still exists, but pain keeps showing up.
Here's what makes thorns such a powerful image. They do three things. They wound. Pain comes instantly. They block. Progress becomes difficult. They corrupt beauty. They often grow near what's good, but they punish the hand that reaches. So thorns become a kind of spiritual language. The world still has glimpses of Eden, but the fall left sharp edges everywhere.
Now walk with me into John 19. Jesus is beaten, mocked, and publicly humiliated. The soldiers want to turn him into a joke. You're a king? Fine, here's your crown. So they twist thorns into a crown and press it onto his head. On the surface, it's just cruelty, but on a deeper level, the symbol is chilling. The same thing that entered the world after the fall, the sign of the curse, is now placed on the Messiah like a royal emblem.
And here's the connection that changes everything. In Eden, thorns appear as a sign of the world's brokenness. At the cross, thorns are lifted and placed on Jesus' head, the place of identity, authority, and kingship. The soldiers meant it as mockery, but many Christians see something deeper. It's as if the curse of Eden is being carried publicly by Jesus himself. Not because thorns magically save anyone, but because they symbolize what he's absorbing, the consequence, the weight, the fracture that humanity couldn't undo. That's why many connect this moment with themes like bearing the curse. For example, compare with Galatians 3:13 for the broader idea. The crown becomes a visual sermon. The curse is not ignored, it is confronted.
And there's another layer that makes the Bible feel like one connected story. The gardens. Eden, the garden where the fall begins. Gethsemane, the garden where Jesus chooses the path of suffering and obedience. And even the resurrection story carries garden imagery, a new beginning breaking out of the place of death. It's as if the Bible is saying what was lost in a garden is answered through another garden and reversed through a new beginning.
So what does this mean for you? It means your thorns, your pressure, your setbacks, your pain are not proof that God is absent. They're proof the world is not Eden anymore. But the crown of thorns says something else. God didn't watch human suffering from a distance. He stepped into it. The message isn't life won't hurt. The message is pain doesn't get the final word. The curse isn't the end of the story. Quick recap.
In Genesis 3, thorns appear as a sign of the fall, creation under fracture. In John 19, thorns crown Jesus, mockery on the surface, meaning underneath. And for many believers, it's a picture of the Messiah carrying what Eden introduced. If this connection surprised you, comment Eden, and I'll make part 2, Jesus as the last Adam, why that changes everything. Subscribe for more deep Bible connections, calm, evidence-based, and mind-opening.